I'm Tony Wynn, the injury attorney. If you've been injured, you might be wondering why you should call me. I'll let some of my clients do the talking for me.
Tony met me and helped me through my hardship. And you can't ask for anything better than that. I mean, this man is legit.
It's helped me financially. It's helped me actually restructure my whole life again.
He talked to me and came out to my house, which was very convenient.
Call me, I'll treat you with respect, I'll fight hard, and I'll get you the money that you deserve. Call me, 1-800-35-TEXAS, 24 hours a day.
If you've been in an accident, don't go through this alone. Give Tony Wynn's law firm a call.
I was hurt in a car wreck and Tony got me money the next day.
Turn to a law firm that has experience.
I love it that Tony takes care of it. I don't have time to take care of all this, and Tony does all of it for me.
If you've been in an accident, Tony Wynn is here to help you.
Just pick up the phone and give Tony Wynn Law Firm a call.
Hello everybody and welcome back. I have the pleasure of being here with Tony Wynn. Tony, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Joanna?
Wonderful. I'm doing great. Thank you. Now, I do have a few questions to ask you. Could you explain a little bit to the viewers just how they determine what their case is worth?
Well, let me give you a simple picture, Joanna. A case is like a roller coaster, and certain things will cause the value of a person's case to go up, and certain things will cause the value of a case to go down.
Can you explain a little bit just how it can go up and how it can go down?
Well, let's talk about what will make the value of a case go up first of all. Oftentimes, when a person is injured in an accident, the first thing they should do is either contact a lawyer or seek medical treatment depending on what their injuries are. If you seek medical treatment right away, that can cause the value of your case to go up. Also, other things like, for example, pictures of your injuries. You're going to have to prove all these injuries. No one's just going to pay you money for whatever you claim to have happened to you. If you have some whiplash, a broken arm, whatever the case is, you might need an x-ray, you might need an MRI. A good lawyer can document those things. And after a while, that broken arm that you have in a sling right now, it might heal. And after it heals, who's going to be able to prove that you had a broken arm, for example? So these things can cause the value of a case to go up. Now, what's most important when it comes down to it? Documentation, Joanna. A good lawyer is going to be able to document that you had a broken arm, that you had whiplash, that you had an accident. You know, sometimes people take for granted that an accident happened. Like, for example, if yesterday you were involved in a collision, how are you going to prove that some collision happened? Right? It's going to be difficult sometimes, correct?
Right, correct.
Yeah. Yeah, so you know what? You need police reports, you need various forms. Sometimes you can't even find the other person who hit you, for example, right? You need to be able to track all this stuff down. All that stuff is going to cause the value of your case to go up instead of down.
Could you tell us a little bit, Tony, just what makes the value of the case go down?
Oftentimes, the value of a case going down isn't about what happens, but rather it's about what doesn't happen. If you don't have photos, for example, and you can't prove the injuries, or if you did not seek medical care, or if your lawyer didn't do a good job of preserving any type of evidence, for example, those skid marks that proved that there was an accident, if your lawyer doesn't take a picture of those skid marks, or if you didn't call a lawyer so that your lawyer didn't have a chance to take a picture of those skid marks, how are you going to be able to prove how fast you were going? How is your lawyer going to be able to prove that an accident even happened? How about the glass that's on the ground as a result of the accident? That glass may be swept away, maybe blown away, or the city just cleaned it away, right?
Right.
So how are you going to prove that any of this stuff happens? The value of a case going down oftentimes is about evidence disappearing, and a good lawyer is going to be able to preserve that evidence. We will take care of that. Give me a call anytime and we'll start working on your case, not tomorrow, but today.
Great, thank you so much, Tony. Now can we talk a little bit about damages? Now I'm not a lawyer, and I'm sure many of our viewers aren't lawyers as well. Can you explain a little bit to us what damages are in the case?
A damage is whatever you lost as a result of the accident. For example, let's say you had a job and you were working at this job, and as a result of the accident, you weren't able to go to work. Whatever you lost because you could not go to work, that's a damage. Another example, let's say you go to the hospital as a result of the accident. That hospital bill is going to be a damage that you sustained because of the accident. In other words, you lost a certain amount of money from the accident as a result of having to spend money on the medical bill. That's a damage. We're going to help you get money for your damages. Also, another damage that you might suffer, pain and suffering. Pain and suffering is a big part of your case. The insurance company is just not going to pay out on your pain and suffering. You're going to need a good attorney to make your case as to what kind of pain and suffering you have. Obviously, the worse the injuries that you have, the worse the accident is, the more pain and suffering you're going to have. If you're hit by an 18-wheeler, you have even more damages, even more pain and suffering. A good attorney is going to help you get that money for pain and suffering.
Thank you so much, Tony. Now, if you need a lawyer right now, if you've been in an accident, call the number on your screen right now. 1-800-35-TEXAS. We'll be right back after this.
I'm Tony Wynn. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, my firm is open 24 hours. We'll talk to you at any time.
I was in a car accident. I called Tony at midnight.
We never stop working. We work 24 hours a day to get you the fastest, the biggest cash settlement possible. Call me, 1-800-35-TEXAS. My investigators are standing by right now.
He came to me and worked my case. It was so easy.
Call me at 1-800-35-TEXAS, 24 hours, because justice can't wait.
I've never been in a car accident, so I was lost about where to begin. And I was informed through a friend of Tony Wynn and how he had been able to help them in a prior accident. So I called Tony Wynn, and they instantly were able to send somebody out to get a written statement over my accident and get more information, follow up on the police report, and get, show me where to start as far as trying to get a, resolvement on my issue, on my case. Because like I said, I didn't even know where to go. I didn't know where to start. Through contacting Tony Wynn's office, I was able to get, information on who to contact, who to see. I didn't have to put any initial costs out of my pocket, no fees out of my pocket, so it wasn't a worry then. So for me, it was like, it's pretty much a win-win, because even if I don't get anything out of this, at least I'm not losing anything more that I'm already out of, So that actually put a huge relief on me. My car was in the repair shop for almost 2 months, and my insurance only covered me for 31 days for rental. So I had to put out-of-pocket fees out of my own pocket for my own rental to keep my own car until I came to a point where it was just, it was just outrageous, and I just couldn't afford it. Financially, I couldn't afford it. And then I felt like, why am I having to inconvenience myself and continue to pay rental fees out of my own pocket when I was not the person responsible for the accident? On top of that, I'm paying a $500 monthly car note for a car that I don't have. So it was just a huge inconvenience. I was left carless for several weeks, trying to get myself back and forth to work, trying to, figure out how I'm going to get from point A to point B. It was just such an inconvenience. Having the Tony Wynn Law Firm behind me 100%, I felt like it was just one less thing that I had to deal with. And I knew that at the end of all this, that it would all be worth it. I knew that I had Tony Wynn behind me, representing me, and that I would, prevail at the end.
I called Tony Wynn Law Firm, and I right away got a response and was told, can I come down? And I was like, well, I am in the military, so I can't just come down at any time. They were like, well, we'll stay here with you all day. We'll wait for you. We're here all day. I called and made the appointment and came down. It was about 6 p.m. and they were still here. So I got here and they told me I don't have to even contact the insurance company anymore. I didn't even have to lift a finger and try to get any more documents. They would actually get all the medical bills for me. So I was very happy with that.
I have faith in Tony Wynn because he showed tremendous progress, and I'm just excited to be working with him.
When people are in an accident, they should hire an attorney and not try to deal with it themselves. Just pick up the phone and give Tony Wynn Law Firm a call.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Tony Wynn. Now, Tony, I have another question for you. I hear all the time that if someone gets hurt, they shouldn't speak to the insurance company without a lawyer first. Why is that?
Well, insurance companies are designed to make money first and foremost. They're a business, and they make money two ways. One is that they take in money in the form of premiums, meaning that, for example, I'm sure you have a insurance policy on your car, whatever, right?
Right, yes, I do.
Right, and you pay every month on your car or every year, whatever the case is, correct?
Mm-hmm,
That's
yes.
how they make money, number one. Number two, the second way they make money is that when an accident happens, they have to pay out on a claim. And the way they make money on the second part is that when they pay out as little money as possible. Now, they're gonna pretend to be your friend, and they'll do everything possible to help you until you stop doing what they want you to do. They'll give you a call, they'll try to talk to you, they'll try to record you, they'll do all that stuff. And they'll be nice to you so long as you do everything they want you to do.
Okay, so we need to be very specific as to what we say to our insurance company.
Well, you shouldn't say anything to the insurance company. You should call a lawyer, let your lawyer do the talking for you, because again, you're dealing with insurance companies who have lawyers on their side. I mean, they'll tell you, Joanna, that you don't need a lawyer, but they'll have lawyers working for them. You'll be talking to a trained adjuster. ask that adjuster, how long has he been working on accident cases? He'll tell you years, if not decades, working on cases, right? But for some reason, they've way outgunned you, but yet they'll tell you you don't need anyone to help you. But at the same time, even though they're your friend, they'll try to record you. And that's a big thing. I don't think friends record each other when they're talking to each other.
Why do they record? Why would they record me?
Because they want to use your words against you. Like, for example, I asked you, let's say you were involved in an accident, and I asked you, Joanna, how's your day going? How would you respond to me, Joanna?
I would say, it's going good, thank you.
Right, and that's an admission that you weren't hurt, because people who are hurt would never say that their day was going good. But that's just a way of people saying, hey, hello, right? I'm good. It's just a way of saying hello for many people. That's an admission that you weren't hurt. So they'll disguise some of their questions as common speech, but these questions are not really common speech. They'll ask you other things. Like, for example, about 10 years back, I had a client, before he had called me up, he tried to work with the insurance company himself. And the insurance company came to his house, and this is before he hired me. The insurance company asked him, hey, point out to me where on your car the damage is. So the client bent over and said, the damage is right there, that's where I was hit. The insurance company adjuster took a picture of him bending over and pointing at his car and said, you know what, I don't believe that your back is hurt. I have a picture here proving that you bent over. So after the client hired me, they used that picture against him. They used that picture against my client. It's for that very reason you should not talk to the insurance company. They'll trick you into certain things. It's just what they do. It's part of their business. They need to save money. They have to answer to their shareholders. They answer to their bosses. The job is to save money. In that case, we were able to get our client a good settlement. However, the case is much more difficult. Some of the most difficult cases I have are cases where clients try to work it themselves first and they damage their cases.
Okay, so insurance companies, they will take pictures, they will record everything we say, everything we do.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. And they'll pretend to be your friend, but yet, you know what? I don't know of too many friends who will record you and take pictures of you like that, in that way.
Right, yeah, I don't have many that do that. That is very interesting. Thank you so much, Tony. Now we'll be right back after this.
I'm Tony Wynn, the injury attorney. If you've been injured, you might be wondering why you should call me. I'll let some of my clients do the talking for me.
Tony met me and helped me through my hardship. And you can't ask for anything better than that. I mean, this man is legit.
It's helped me financially. It's helped me actually restructure my whole life again.
He talked to me and came out to my house, which was very convenient.
Call me, I'll treat you with respect, I'll fight hard, and I'll get you the money that you deserve. Call me, 1-800-35-TEXAS, 24 hours a day. Tony Wynn here with my client, Kevin McBride. Kevin, tell the viewers at home why you hired my law firm.
They took care of me in a good way, and I really appreciate all the hard work and dedication. And I suffered for a lot, and they fought for my case. He did an awesome job, and the team that works here, I couldn't ask for a better law firm to just back me up and support me in my endeavors.
So Kevin, you were injured in an accident, right?
Yes, September 11th to be exact.
Right. And this accident wasn't your fault in any way whatsoever, is that correct?
No, sir.
Now Kevin, when this accident happened to you, you endured some financial hardships, is that correct?
That is correct.
And I know I had advanced you some money on your case.
Oh yes, sir. That was a great help for me because I was going through a job situation and I lost my training wages, and Tony advanced me up to $1,300 that I needed, and it was really a great amount to help me make it through my hardship.
What did you use that money for?
I used it for bills. I'm a single parent with 3 kids. And so it helped me to, kind of make up the lost wages that I lost because of the injuries that I sustained.
So Kevin, this money that I loaned you, who did it come from? Did it come from a bank?
No, it came from you.
From myself, right?
Yes, sir.
I believe in taking care of my clients. This money is from myself. It's from me. It's from my law firm to take care of my clients. Right?
Yes, sir.
And were you able to take care of yourself?
Yes, sir. Tony does what he says. Everything that he says on the infomercial, he does. I mean, the fact that he loaned me his own money and his team was so encouraging and so upfront and professional, it just really blazed the way for me to say, anything happened to me, I'm going to Tony.
If they want to hire me, all they have to do is pick up the phone and call me, correct?
That is correct.
Will it cost them upfront any money out of their own pocket?
No, sir, it will not.
When you called us, how long did it take for us to respond to you when you first called us?
So within a couple of hours.
If they ask today, they can get the money tomorrow, is that correct?
That is correct.
These loan companies, they carry huge interest.
That's
Did
true.
I charge you any interest?
No interest at all, just just straight up the amount that he loaned to me,
No interest, no fees, correct?
interest free.
And the reason why is because I know that I have confidence in my skills as a lawyer. I'll take care of you, just like how I took care of Kevin here. And I'll continue to take care of Kevin. And all you have to do is just pick up that phone and give me a call, 1-800-35-TEXAS. Folks, you've heard it from Kevin himself. He's a real client. He saw this infomercial, and now he's here today speaking for us.
If you've been hurt in an accident, call Tony right now.
And you may qualify as a client for money today. Call me, 1-800-35-TEXAS.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Tony Wynn Law Firm TV show. I'm here with Tony. Tony, I do have some questions for you. Now, when a person is injured in an accident, what are they entitled to exactly?
That's a big question, and the answer to that question can fill up entire libraries. But let me give you the short answer to that question. The short answer is that whatever a person loses as a result of an accident or an injury, they're entitled to get that back. Now, that question can be complicated because in the end, what we're going to do is we're going to get you compensation or money for whatever happened to you. You're entitled to lost wages, for example. You're entitled to payment of your medical bills. You're entitled to payment for pain and suffering. You're also entitled to other things if you suffered a loss of some sort of lifestyle, diminished earning capacity. You can't work as hard now or you lost your job, for example. You can recover money for that. You can list thousands of things that you're entitled to. A good lawyer is going to help you identify and list and make a claim for those injuries or for those losses that you suffered.
Okay, and Tony, you did mention we are entitled to medical bills. Now, why are we entitled to medical bills and those services?
Again, it comes back to the premise of when you're injured or when someone injured you or did something to you that causes you to be entitled to compensation, that person has to put you back in the same position that you were in before the injury or before the event that caused your injury. Now, if they caused you to go to the hospital, that person has to pay for your medical bills. If you need future medical care, they should pay for future medical care too. Future medical care can sometimes be difficult because who knows what kind of injuries you might have in the future. A good attorney is going to point you in a way so that you can get medical care and compensation for that future need.
Great. Now, why are we entitled to compensation?
Well, you're entitled to compensation because that's how the justice system figures out what your injuries are. Like, for example, if you have a broken arm, obviously you can't go and break the other person's arm and get even, right? So what you do is that they say a broken arm is worth so much money, they pay you for a broken arm. If you have some whiplash, they can pay you for whiplash. Now, that's a little more anomalous. It's a little more ambiguous, broken arms, whiplash, those are a little more difficult to determine. You'll probably need a lawyer to help you determine what those are worth. Other things, much simpler, like for example, if your car is worth a certain amount of money and your car's damaged, you can get compensation for your car also, but you're entitled to compensation for whatever happened to you if the other person was guilty of negligence.
Tony, could you explain a little bit to us about the loan program that you have and exactly why is it offered?
Well, many years ago when I started as an attorney, I had clients who would have immediate needs. They couldn't wait for their case to settle, so they would go out, get payday loans, they would go out and get title loans. And that's not something I wanted my clients to do, so I would offer my own loan program.
Why can't they just get title loans or payday loans?
Well, they can, but that's not something I wanted them to do. If you get a payday loan or a title loan, for example, you're going to pay a lot of interest, you're going to pay a lot of fees, and if you get a title loan, you might lose your car. I didn't want my clients to lose their cars, so I would offer my own loans. My loans were done at no interest, no fees, and if I didn't win their case, they would never have to pay back my loans. In other words, it was a risk-free loan to my clients.
Now, why do you give that guarantee, Tony?
Because I'm confident in my skills as a lawyer. I know what it takes to win a case. I'm going to do everything possible to win your case.
Now, I hope you are all hearing this. If you need a lawyer right now, if you've been in an accident, if you know someone that's been in an accident, call the number on your screen, 1-800-35-TEXAS.
I'm Tony Wynn. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, my firm is open 24 hours. We'll talk to you at any time.
I was in a car accident. I called Tony at midnight.
We never stop working. We work 24 hours a day to get you the fastest, the biggest cash settlement possible. Call me, 1-800-35-TEXAS. My investigators are standing by right now.
He came to me and worked my case. It was so easy.
Call me at 1-800-35-TEXAS, 24 hours, because justice can't wait.
I'm a head-on survivor of a head-on collision. The guy hit me head-on, about lost my life. And as I was in the hospital, Tony was so, he was eager to come help me right away. Actually, when I was in the hospital the next day, he was there right on time. We had all the paperwork together. He jumped on it as quick as he could. Well, he's got me most of my money from my insurance company, and he's got me money coming in from my other insurance company, or from the car that hit me with the insurance. And he's always been good with taking care of business. He's awesome. How quick the information flows back and forth with how we get, how he got my money to me, how he worked with the other insurance company, on how he's, he keeps me informed on everything, keeps things flowing pretty well. I had to go home for Christmas, and I could borrow money off of my settlement so I could go home, so I could see my family for Christmas. Well, I was trying to figure out how I was going to pay for a plane ticket to go home for Christmas and take care of all my Christmas presents and take care of the travel and the money and the kid, and it kind of put it at ease when I could do that. Well, I picked up the phone and I called him. I was frustrated. I was like, this ain't going to work. And he called me up and he said, yeah, sure, we can do this. I was like, really? He goes, I can have your check tomorrow. It was real easy. I just signed the paper and cashed the check. It gives you, support while you're still going through all your injuring and suffering and everything else.
Last year, I was involved in 2 accidents. The first accident, I was rear-ended. I had a large vehicle hit another vehicle, which launched them into mine and totaled my vehicle out. I happened to see Tony's commercial. I called them right away. They came out within 30 minutes. They were pretty fast, very nice. Took down all my information. It made me feel like something was going to be accomplished. I wasn't just going to be swept under the rug. It was quite stressful, not knowing how we were going to get my son to daycare and my wife to work. Just getting to and from the grocery store, doctor's appointments was quite stressful, not knowing that you didn't have a backup plan, a backup vehicle or anything like that. Just pick up the phone and give Tony Nguyen a call.
My son was in an accident coming down off 290, and a car rear-ended him. He had hit the dashboard. He hurt his back. Right now, he's a little paranoid. I called Tony, and he helped me get money to pay bills. If you've been in an accident, turn to a law firm that has experience.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Tony Nguyen Law Firm TV show. I have the pleasure of being here with Tony Nguyen myself. Now Tony, I do have a few more questions.
Sure.
How exactly does a person know if they have a case?
Well, it's very simple. For someone to have a case, you need to have suffered some sort of damage. You need to have an event where someone caused something to happen to you that resulted in an injury. The easiest way to determine it, speak to a lawyer, have your lawyer help you determine whether or not you have a case. It can be complicated. Students go to law school just to figure out whether or not cases exist or not, right? And your lawyer can help you determine that. Now, but let me say it this way, right? Whether or not you have a case, if someone's caused an injury to you, if you're in your car, someone smacked into your car, someone rammed into you, or someone caused you to fall and get hurt, or whatever the case is, someone caused you a broken bone, someone caused anything to you, give me a call, we can help determine that. That might be what determines whether or not you have a case.
Well, great. Thank you so much for answering that question. And what does a person need to have in order for them to have a case?
To have a case, you have to be able to prove that something happened to you. Without any proof, how's anyone going to know what happened, right? So what we'll do is that we'll gather evidence, we'll collect pictures, we'll take pictures of skid marks if you're involved in a car accident, we'll take pictures of broken glass on the ground, wherever the case is. But bottom line is you have to be able to prove that you have a case.
Now, how can someone get in contact with you?
It's very simple. The phone number, 1-800-35-TEXAS. They can call me at any time, 24 hours a day. I don't care if it's Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's. I've answered calls on New Year's before. They can give me a call, we'll talk to them, and we'll meet them at their time, at their convenience, whether it's at their home, their hospital, anywhere else, right? We can help them determine whether or not they have a case. We can help them determine what kind of compensation they might be entitled to. Until we know what happened in your case, until we know what the facts of the accident are, there's no way for us to help you.
Now, after the call is made, can you explain to us a little bit the process of what happens after?
After a person calls my office, we'll answer the phone and we'll take down the facts of what happened in that case. We'll then do a investigation, a very thorough investigation of what happened. and then we'll offer to meet you at your time and place of your convenience, wherever it is, whatever time it is, we'll come and meet you. At that point, we'll bring you on as our client. We'll do all the paperwork for you. We'll start working on your case, not tomorrow, but today. And then at that point, you're officially my client. All you gotta do is say, Tony's my lawyer, we'll take care of it. Anybody calls you, whether it's the insurance company, the other driver, if they call you, just say, Tony's my lawyer, we'll take care of it. They can call 24 hours a day, 1-800-35-TEXAS, give me a call. I'm Tony Wynn, the injury attorney. If you've been injured, you might be wondering why you should call me. I'll let some of my clients do the talking for me.
Tony met me and helped me through my hardship. And you can't ask for anything better than that. I mean, this man is legit.
It's helped me financially. It's helped me actually restructure my whole life again.
He talked to me and came out to my house, which was very convenient.
Call me, I'll treat you with respect, I'll fight hard, and I'll get you the money that you deserve. Call me, 1-800-35-TEXAS, 24 hours a day. Tony Wynn here with my clients Greens. This is Paula Green, Lewis Green, and their son Jeremiah Green. Paula, can you tell the viewers what happened in your case?
Yes, we were in a car wreck with a drunk driver in May of 2012 on our way home.
At any point, did you have to spend any money out of your pocket to hire my firm for us to work on your case?
No funding out of my pocket, all the funding out of your pocket for anything that I needed.
As a matter of fact, I think I was the one who paid for everything, right?
You spent all the money, right? Yes.
And that's something we're more than happy to do, to take care of you, to make sure that you're happy and that your family's taken care of.
Yes.
Because I very much appreciate that you trusted your family to my firm and to me.
Yeah. Another thing I like too, they keep you updated. How long it may be, just letting you know what's going on with your case, whatever. And to me, that was really important.
Well, I got into an accident December 10th, and it was a pretty bad accident. I first called my mom. My mom gave me, she referred it Tony. He talked to me and came out to my house, which was very convenient because he came over, took care of everything. It was a big truck that hit me from behind, hit me and my family. So we all got hurt. Well, it was me and two of my sons and plus one of my son's girlfriend. So we were all in there, and it did total our car. So he was taking a light, yeah. And I was in front of him, and then he just scooted my car out, and hit me from behind. I had no insurance, and Tony has took care of everything. I love it that Tony takes care of it. I don't have time to take care of all this, and Tony does all of it for me. So that helps because, with no insurance also, how can I get all these doctors, and Tony's took care of everything? It's hard. It's hard, but I have to go to work because I'm the only one there. So it's like I have to, but every day it's real hard. I had to rent a car for a while, especially this happened during the holidays. So Tony gave me a rent-a-car for, I probably had it maybe 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, I had to rent a car, and then I went and bought a new car. That's been like stress-free with that. At first I was stressed before I talked to Tony because I didn't know what I was gonna do, but it's been going real smooth. Call Tony Wynn. He takes care of everything.